Are we ready? Phil has given me the verbal thumbs up. That means we are now recording and we need you to behave yourselves. Our speaker today is the Reverend Amber Rose Dullea. Have I said it correctly? Outstanding. I practiced. She is an inspiring, humorous minister and social worker. She embodies compassion, a whole systems approach, and nurturing therapy. She is the author of Path of Heart, Personal and Planetary Healing, and From Ow to Wow, 5 Steps to Thriving with Pain. She recently completed a Master of Social Work at University of Southern California. Congratulations. Today, Reverend Dullea's talk is all about an abundant life. Abundance starts with a state of mind with abounding fullness of joy and strength for spirit, soul, and body. No matter the appearance of circumstances, we can follow the law of life and manifest more abundance. An abundant life flows through our state of mind and allows us to create more of the infinite in the finite world of matter. Today, Reverend Amber Rose will explore how expressing ourselves in and through the environment creates abundant life. Please welcome Reverend Amber Rose Dullea.
Take it work.
Yes, ma'am. All right, this is quite a act to follow, so we'll see how it goes. I just love every time I come to talk that everything always dovetails and comes in with my talk. It's amazing. So the daily word, everything, just the songs. It's like, yes, and that, yes, and that, yes, and they all come together for it. So today I wanted to talk to you, as Laura said, about abundant life. And I did say something about a-bun-dance, so I have to go. That is the abundance that happens when you get abundance in your life. And so you too can have that with you. But as Laura was saying, abundant life is abounding fullness of joy and strength for our spirit, our soul, and our body. Abounding fullness of joy and strength. What a gift. What a promise that we're given by just being alive. So one of the things I'd like to ask you to think about, you don't have to say it out loud, but what is it that you value in life? What is your values? So just bring to mind, what is it that's so important to you that you value? And what brings and expresses joy in your life? Just think about that for a moment. And just remember that as we go through the talk today, that this is the seed that you have within you. Whatever that answer was for you, that's what you are expressing. For me, beauty, truth, and harmony are 3 of the things that I like to express in my life. And so those are the kinds of things that I'm wanting you to think about. So today I'm going to talk about how we can have an abundant life, one that's in alignment with who we are, and remembering from everything that's already been said today, we are spirits having a human experience. So we are spirits, we are expressing ourselves through this life that we have now. Isn't that awesome? We're not just human beings running around, we're spirits embodied in these bodies. So just to give you a heads up, I'm using The Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes as part of my talk today, particularly chapter 16, which is the principles of successful living is what he talks about. And my own understanding, which I wrote in the Path of Heart book that I wrote eons ago. But and my From Out of Wow book, both of them are in the back if anybody's interested, but because I keep forgetting to bring my books when I talk, so I finally remembered. So this is the other book that we'll be pulling from. So let's set the stage, right? We all come here with different thoughts, different beliefs. Maybe we have some that are in alignment, some that are not. So let me tell you what my assumptions are as I talk about today. One, there is a presence in the multiverses that is omnipresence, omniscience, and omnipotence. What that means is that it's not only present everywhere, always, it is also the presence that is. It's not only the knowledge of all that is, it's knowledge itself. And not only is it the power ever present, it is power itself. That is, whatever you want to call that, the universe, God, whatever. So that's the first assumption I have. The second is that it is a loving presence that is infinite. It is all that there is and could be. It is ever unfolding, and we are part of that unfolding. The thing that I'm pulling specifically from the Science of Mind, that chapter 16, if you're interested. I don't know if we have, I'm sure we have this in the library. So you can take a look at it. I knew we had to have it because I have it. So it's all connected. So there is a law that governs how manifestation works. This law is impersonal. It just is the way that things work, kind of like gravity. Gravity is a law, you know, it just is. This is a law of how things manifest. And this law is infinite, creative, and it holds all possibilities. Okay. All right. So the fourth assumption that I'm making here today is we are spirit living and expressing ourselves through our human being forms and through the environment which creates abundant life. So it is by our living, it is by our expressing ourselves that we create this abundant life that we've been talking about so far today. So I'm just going to say that one more time. Expressing ourselves through the environment creates abundant life. Okay. All right. So there are a few more important things to know and remember. One is unity. Isn't that convenient that we're in a unity church, right? The unity of all that is. That means that I am part of the universe. I am part of all that is. So if I want to manifest something, I can't manifest something that's going to hurt myself. I can't manifest something that's going to harm someone else. That's not how the law works. The law works in that it's good for all. Okay. I've lost my place. Okay, where am I? Beauty, truth, and harmony are signposts that tell us we are on the right path. So if you are wondering, is this the right way? Is this the right way? Oh, I have all these decisions to make. I don't know which way to go. First off, stop. Take a breath and remember that you are spirit. Remember that all is well in this moment. And then look at your choices and see, does this bring more beauty, more truth, more harmony into the universe? And if it does, then that's a good signpost that you might be going in the right direction. If it doesn't, it's probably a little warning sign. Do not enter. Go the other way. The other thing is that you reap what you sow. You hear this a lot in the Bible. You hear this everywhere. You know, you reap what you sow. So spiritually and mentally. Now, as you know, I'm now a social worker and I do therapy. And so there's something called cognitive behavioral therapy. It's all about our thoughts and how our thoughts have an impact on our emotions, which have an impact on our actions, which have an impact on how we live our lives. So one of the things to just think about is that how you're thinking mentally, how you're thinking spiritually has an impact on what you see and what you do. For instance, has anybody ever thought about buying a new car? You know, and there's that new car that you're thinking about and you're like, oh yeah, I want a Volkswagen Bug. And all of a sudden everywhere there's Volkswagen Bugs, right? It's like, it's amazing. They were there all the time. You just weren't noticing them. You didn't see them. So by bringing your mental ability and opening up, you see what is already there. Okay, so that's also part of what you reap, what you sow. You're sowing the thoughts of the VW Bug, and here comes they're coming out of the woodwork, so to speak. Okay. So something to ask yourself as you move into creating abundant life, and again, I'll give credit to Ernest Holmes on this one, is does this thing I wish to do express more life, more happiness, more peace to myself, and at the same time harm no one? It's a pretty dense little question, so let me say it again. Does this thing I wish to do express more life, more happiness, more peace to myself, and at the same time harm no one? That's a pretty good signpost along the way too. Is this something that you're wanting to do? So now that you know the what about how this all works, let's talk about the how. And this is where I pull stuff from my book, Path of Heart, 3 keys that I like to that I really like to see as the kind of the signposts of what really works for you. So they are awareness, intention, and action. These are the 3 things that help make manifestation happen and give you that abundant life or abundance. So let's talk about awareness. The truth of being spirit. There is the truth that we are all infinite and powerful. We just happen to be in these human bodies having this human experience right now. But that doesn't negate the fact that we are also spirit. Recognize spirit presence in everything you do, say, and think. Because what you do, what you say, that is spirit expressing itself in you, through you, by you. Intention. This is where we get to our thinking again. Harm no one. That's a big one, right? We are all one, we are all together, but we do not want to say, I want this thing that makes it less things available for other people. Want what is available because it is all available. Your true thoughts are part of what you are sowing. So not your wishes, but your actual thoughts are what becomes manifest. And so what I want to say about that is there's a sense of being in a place of openness, that place of stillness, where we know we have that connection to spirit. And I'm looking in the back of the room, peace, be still. Right? Be still and know that place. Have you all been there? I felt that at some point in your life. Yeah, you just know that you're there and you know that you know. There isn't any questioning anymore. That's the place that is kind of that sweet spot of how we express ourselves in our abundant life. There's a sense of when we're wanting to create an abundant life and we're not in that space, we can be in the space of, oh, I really want it. I really, really want it. Really want this to happen. And I'm going to effort it and I'm going to make it happen. And that's the exact opposite of the feeling that you want to have. You want to have that feeling of effortlessness, that feeling of just knowing that thy will be done. And since we're all one, that's spirit's knowing thy will be done. I love that word thy. To me, it just includes me in that, even though it's thy, it's thy, it's all of us. And then action. This is the part that's like, okay, so I've thought about it. I know what I want. It feels good. It's the right thing. Now I have to act. So I'm going to tell you a little story about going to social work school. So one day I was like, I don't want to be doing this anymore. This is not what I want to be doing, but I don't know what I want to be doing. Well, yes, I do. No, you don't. Yes, you do. No, you don't. And then I got to that place and it was like, I'm going to become a therapist and I'm going to work for the county. And it was like, you ever have that feeling? Just like, whew, it's there. That's when you know you're in that manifestation place. But if I just sat there and meditated about being a social worker at the county, I would not be a social worker at the county right now. I had to do actions. So what you do is that you actually take steps to make things happen, right? You act as if that which you are creating and manifesting is happening right now. When we were moving here, we found a house and we didn't know if it was going to work. You know, you ever buy a house or have to deal with any of that stuff? It's like, oh my gosh, all these things have to come together to make it happen. Was it going to happen? I don't know. Is it going to happen? I don't know. And then there was a moment. It's like, yeah, we're going to act as if this is going to happen. So we got rid of stuff in our house. We started making things cleared out so that not if, but when it happened, we would be ready. And those were the actions that we needed to be taking. The other part of the actions that you take is that you are expressing yourself as you are taking those actions. You're expressing your deepest sense of who you are in just knowing that. And as the song said a little bit earlier, if we can dream it, we can see it, we can make it happen. So if you can conceive it, doing it, having the thoughts and having the actions, and act with expectancy, not if it's going to happen, but when. And be living in the knowing that abundance is right there. And I, for one, find that the a-bun-dance helps that along. It makes me go, oh yeah, the universe is working for me, not against me. So I was just thinking also that these things manifest and happen every day. It's not big things like houses and jobs. It's about what you're going to eat today, how you're going to express yourself, that smile that you share with somebody else, that hug. All of those are ourselves expressing, creating the more that is, because we are alive. And that's why we're here, is to have life and to have it abundantly, remembering the joy and the strength abounding. So I'd like to just share a little bit of time with you, bringing us into that space, if you wouldn't mind. And I just invite you to take a moment and close your eyes and be still. And just know in this moment, God is in you. The universe and life is in you. That sense of joy, that sense of abundance, that sense of knowing peace. And if you've been wondering, what does it mean to express myself? Just allow yourself to notice what you are finding in the silence, in this peace. And know that this intelligence, this knowledge, this knowing, this power is ever present, ever available. And it is your birthright to have an abundant life. Just take another nice deep breath. And bring that presence back with you. And when you're ready, just open your eyes. And I thank you so much for sharing some time with me today.